Well, I am in Alabama right now. I'm just finishing up my last hunt in Alabama for the 2023 season. I have zero footage for you guys this year. This was a pretty rough year. I saw turkeys every day except for today. It was raining pretty much all day and it's pretty nasty out, but um, pretty rough year. I am going to show you a video from last year though. I got very close last year to killing a bird. I made a few mistakes though, and it's probably not the most exciting video, but I learned a lot on that trip. And making mistakes is probably the best way to learn. It's frustrating, but that's the kind of stuff that really gets ingrained in your mind. I'm going to show you that video, and I'm heading back to the truck right now to head back to Wisconsin, and hopefully I'll have some more turkey videos for you for the 2023 season, but not for Alabama. But yeah, with that, here's a video from 2022 turkey season in Alabama. Well, we are in Alabama. This is the first hunt of the year for the 2022 season, and I'm just hunting the same property that same public land that I hunted last year. So I kind of know the area a little bit. I knew where there were birds last year, and I'm kind of hoping that they're going to be in the same places this year. So public land has been open in Alabama for a few days now, so see how much hunting pressure there's been. Alabama was opened up a little bit later than it normally does on public this year, so that's something new. We'll see how this goes. It's a little bit rainy today. I think it's supposed to rain pretty much all day, so this is going to be a interesting start to the season here. But once we get there, we'll get geared up and hopefully we'll get on a turkey. That'd be pretty cool. I don't know if they'll be gobbling this morning, but that's my hope. Well, at least hoping they're going to be gobbling on the limb, so we've got something to go off of here. Super quiet, foggy morning. There's nothing but songbirds right now. Haven't heard anything other than just regular songbirds. It's super quiet. There's no wind. Haven't heard a single gobble yet. Well, I still haven't heard any gobbling so far. Still foggy. I wouldn't be surprised if they're still in the tree right now. So I made it that spot where I wanted to set up. It's just there's a creek bottom here. I spooked a turkey out of here last year. So I know along this creek, I've scouted that last year and they're scratching all along that. I walked a little ways out just to kind of get an idea of distance because I don't have a rangefinder. I found a little bit of scratching out in front of me. So there's the trail here. There's just open creek bottom down here, and I'm just gonna hang out here. I'm not gonna do any yelping or anything like that. I might pull up my pot call and do a little clucking and purring, but other than that, I think it's probably a good day to keep the volume down as far as calling goes. I don't think the turkey activity is gonna be anything significant today. So I'm just gonna hang out here, grab a little food, and I'll just wait for something to come by, I guess. Alright, so that didn't really pan out this morning. It's still really foggy, and it's almost 8:30 now. So I'm gonna utilize this time to kind of scout around and see if I can find more turkey sign. And actually, as I was driving down this road here, I saw a turkey take off from the top of one of these pine trees, which tells me that they're probably still sitting in trees right now, probably not even on the ground. It is very foggy out, and you know, you can't even see down to the bottoms. It's that bad right now. So not ideal turkey hunting conditions, but you know, you can always get out and scout and try to know the area a little bit better. So I'm gonna do that, and you know, at least we seen a turkey in the area. I don't know if it was a tom or not, but turkey's a turkey, so they're out here. It's just a matter of locating them, and there's no gobbling going on this morning whatsoever. Very quiet today, so doesn't look like it's gonna get much better weather-wise, but tomorrow and the day after are supposed to be really nice. So see if we can get some more birds scouted, get some more ground scouted and birds found, hopefully, and we'll see what happens here. There's a gobbler right over there. Possibly two of them. So I don't think you can hear it on the GoPro at all, but I am about 98% sure I heard turkey shot gobble to my crow call on the first time. I didn't hear anything on the last series of crow calls. I don't want to overdo it, so I'm going to try to pinpoint kind of where they're at from here. And then just try to work my way around and see if I can get close. I heard it again. It's definitely a gobble. It was echoing off of everything, so I don't know if it's over on this side or on this side. Just keep going, I guess. Alright, well, I was sitting here just messing around with my phone trying to figure out where this turkey might be at. 100% sure this is a turkey now. I know it for sure. He's gobbled 2 or 3 times on his own now, without me having to blow a crow call, so I think he's actually on the same trail that I am on the top of the ridge. Like he's either there or he's in a tree. So I'm not going to try to get too close, but I want to get a little bit closer. The fog will help at least with covering my movement and stuff, but there's a turkey over here, and he's gobbling on his own now. So I'm hoping that we'll get him fired up enough at least to come over here, and we'll see how this plays out. But I'm going to move up just a little bit further, trying to find a good place to set up, and we'll see if we can get him to come in. Well, that got pretty exciting there for a minute. So I was sitting here facing this way, which is the direction I heard the gobbling coming from. And I did a little bit of calling on my pot call, just clucking and purring. There's so much moisture in the air right now, it's almost impossible to use my pot call. I did use my mouth call a little bit, but then I heard a hen behind me. It sounded like it was coming up the same trail that I walked in on. And sure enough, she came in. I wasn't set up facing that direction, so I didn't get any footage of her. But I'm sure you'll be able to hear her on the video that you've probably already seen, which there wasn't a lot of footage, unfortunately. But I was able to turn my head just enough to I could see her out of the corner of my eye. She was probably 20 yards away from me on the trail. And then I heard the loudest drumming I've ever heard in my life. I could hear a tom spitting drumming. He had to have been 20, 25 yards away. I couldn't see him. He was almost directly behind me. But they've worked their way off back the direction that I came. I'm not sure where they came from, if they came up from the bottom, or which direction they came from. I think that's a different tom than the one I heard gobbling over here. I still want to go do some scouting this direction, which is the direction the gobbling was coming from. Maybe a little bit later I'll come back and see if I can catch this gobbler without his hen. So they're henned up right now, and it's rather difficult trying to get them to cooperate. So then when they come in behind you, it's even more difficult. But, so that's the plan for now. To keep scouting, head in the direction of the gobbling, and after that, when I'm done scouting, I'll come back and see if this guy wants to play. Alright, well that's gonna do it for today. I tried to find that one other gobbler that was drumming behind me, but didn't hear anything when I walked back down the trail, so. But they're in here somewhere. Overall, it was my best day of turkey hunting in Alabama so far. Had one within shooting range, sounded like at least. But it's hard to shoot them when they're behind you, not in front of you. So I'm going to come back in here in the same place tomorrow, try to get up somewhere high and try to hear some gobbling. It's supposed to be nicer weather tomorrow, so I'm hoping that they're going to be a little more vocal than they were today. So I think the bottom line, important lesson from this video is, even though it's raining and the weather's awful, foggy, the turkeys are still out here. You still have a chance at them. I almost got one today. I should have faced around and turned the other direction when I heard the hen coming. Normally I would do that in a normal circumstance, but I was so focused on the one that was gobbling, I didn't expect anything to be with the hen. But blowing in that hoot call. I thought I heard something off to the side. It sounded like a bird flying down. And I look over and I see a turkey flying out of the tree onto the ridge over here. I don't know what it was, if it's a hen or a tom or not. I can also hear a tom gobbling. It's either on the other side of this ridge or down on that bottom. So I'm going to set up here in hopes that I can bring those turkeys over this way, and hopefully they're not hens going over that tom, because that's the direction they were going. Alright, I don't know where these other two turkeys went. I don't know if they saw me or what. This turkey's gobbling real hard over here. So I'm going to try to make a loop. Well, I'm going to look at the map first, but I think what I'm probably going to end up doing is go down this spur, down to the bottom, and heading over to him by that way.
there's a creek down here somewhere, so I don't know. Sounds like he's in the bottom. So that's the plan here anyways. I'm gonna go after the turkey that's gobbling. He's gobbling pretty good. I don't know if you can hear that, he just gobbled again. He's been going off. I'm gonna try to get closer. But that was about a hour and a half long ordeal, I want to say. We had one goblin. I have no idea where he went to though. Anyways, that little hike up and down the ridge there kind of wore me out a little bit, so I'm just gonna take a short break, grab something to eat and drink, and I guess basically my plan for the rest of the day is just walk these ridge tops and see if I can hear anything, because I'm not going down the bottoms again. First of all, you can't hear anything. Secondly, it is a hike, and it takes me more time to get up and down than anything else. Unless there's one gobbling in the bottom, then I'll go down there. But well, I'm kind of at a loss here. Nothing's gobbling. I haven't heard that one gobble in a while. I thought I'd come up to this point and try to listen, but there's so much wind coming over the top here, it's just hard to hear anything. You can hear the creek down the bottom. And he was over here somewhere. I don't know if he's in the bottom over here. There's so many bottoms and ridges, and it's hard for me to pinpoint where turkeys are at. I'm not super great with this terrain yet. So I think I'm gonna head back to where I saw those turkeys pitch down this morning, and maybe I can just find him over there. I'm not sure where he's at. Sounds like a hen yelping over there. Oh, there's so much noise I can't tell. I think they're on the other ridge top over there, so I'm gonna make my way back the way I just came. Jump on that trail and head up to where those turkeys pitch down. It sounds like that's where that's coming from. Well, I think they're on the other side of this ridge somewhere. On the other side of this, it drops off into that bottom again. And it might even be in the bottom because it's windy up here. But I think they're in this general area somewhere. I'm just going to slowly make my way down there, do a little calling here and there maybe, and hope for the best, I guess. This is getting a little difficult here. Alright, strike that plan. I found him, he finally gobbled. Down in this bottom down here. I think I might go back down to the trail and try to find a spot where it's easy for him to get up to the trail. Gotta move quick though. He's down here though. Alright, so he just gobbled again. And he's heading in the direction where I was calling from that other point on the other side. So I'm gonna head back over there, set up on that saddle, and just do some calling and hope he comes into calling. That's the plan. A lot of back and forth here. Just saw him right there. Alright, well, here's what happened. So I did the calling over here originally, trying to hear if I could hear him down at the bottom. Didn't hear anything, so I went back over to the ridge where I saw him pitch off this morning, and then I heard him down at the bottom. It sounded like he was going the direction where I just got off of this other point here. And in between the point and the trail here, there's a saddle. And I was going to sit up right on the saddle. And as I'm walking down in here, I was trying to move quick. But as I was walking down in here, I watched him cross right over top of that saddle. I'm pretty sure he saw me. I never saw him after that. He was scooting pretty good. But sometimes you just make the wrong moves. Gets frustrating, but it's nice to see a turkey finally. Maybe one of these days I'll actually get some footage of one, but... So, he was going that way. So I'm going to set up probably on the other side of that corner there. I don't know where he's going to go. But he looked like he was alone. But I better get moving, he was heading that way. Alright, well, about 30 more minutes till 1 o'clock, and the wind is still ripping through here, so I'm probably going to call it for today. This is actually my last day hunting public land. Tomorrow, me and Jake are going over to some private land to hunt. So hopefully those turkeys are a little more cooperative than these ones. These Alabama turkeys are shifty. But on the plus side, I'm learning a lot. But I'm going to head on out to the truck. And that'll be it for Alabama public land. Hopefully tomorrow will be a little more successful. Following day, I went with my brother out on some private property that his friend took us out on. Unfortunately, we didn't see or hear anything other than a couple tracks. There's something about Alabama that just keeps drawing me back there. I don't know if it's just the challenge or what, but I'll be back at some point and hopefully get on the board.